That's offensive. Everything looks like Coco movie. Dragon Ball is like a huge impact. When Akira Toriyama passed away last year ago, even the narcos stopped their business. Viva Mexico to everyone.
Esam gatavi.
Vēl nē. Now we can start.
Ciao visiem, I'm Easy,
And I'm Joachim.
and this is the podcast,
The
The
Brālēni.
Brālēni. Today we are here with
Raul,
Raul. Are you coming from?
Mexico.
Can you introduce yourself a bit? Why you came here? When you came here? So, as a little introduction to warm up.
Okay, my name is Raul Santiago. I've been living here for 1 year and 6 months. Something like that. What else? Like, do I need to give my resume?
No.
Not really. Where from Mexico you're coming from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Mexico.
Ooh, okay.
The
Okay.
capital.
Yeah, the capital. Yeah, that's right. It's been quite a journey. I like it.
First question that we want to ask you is like your first time that you're living abroad? In Europe
Yes, it's
especially?
the first time I've been living
Oh.
abroad.
Okay.
And the first country that you lived in Europe, yeah?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice choice.
Totally different culture shock, probably.
Yeah, that's right. It's
180 degrees. I mean, yeah, we can imagine.
yeah, it is.
Yes.
Well, no, maybe not 180, but it would be more like 60 degrees.
60, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
That's fine. It's okay.
What did you brought you here?
I'm studying I'm about to finish my master's degree,
Oh, okay.
business administration. So that was the main thing to do here.
Amazing.
So for the studies.
For
Yeah.
studies, that's
Yeah.
right. So in a few months, I'm about to finish it.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
RSU, RTU, which university?
Turibam.
Turima. Okay.
What were your first thoughts when you arrived in Latvia? Like you landed in Latvia, you're ready for the studies, and what's like your first?
Yeah, it was kind of strange. I came here just one day before the classes started.
Wow. So just ready for studying. Motivated.
Yeah. I had my notebooks on my feet and the pens on my pocket. So yeah, I was completely ready to that.
What were your thoughts about Latvia before to coming here? Did you arrive like prepared, knowing like anything or?
I knew Latvia before coming here. I was expecting like a colder culture, a colder environment as well. There were things I didn't expect, but I was kind of ready.
Cool.
But as I told you, it's been nice.
Oh, amazing.
Fun.
Amazing.
But from all those expectations and the views that you had of Latvia, what was your biggest cultural shock that you stumbled upon?
Communication, I think, was the biggest shock. Yeah.
I think for most of the foreigners that come
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
communication is the biggest.
Yeah, you know, as a Hispanic person, most of the time we like to talk.
Yeah.
Even if sometimes we don't literally talk, we talk like with our hands, with the look, with staring. We talk, we communicate, we try to transmit that our emotions.
Yeah.
Here, that's been the biggest cultural shock. Like,
Expressing yourself
Expressing.
in any
Yes.
way.
yeah, that's right. Even the bad things or the good things. So I will always been used to like, if someone wants to complain about something, they just do it, you know?
Yeah, right.
And we don't take it personal. We
Yeah.
just take it and that's it, you know, like telenovelas and something like that.
Yeah.
But here is like, sometimes you have to figure it out, like,
The way how to talk to people.
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
But I don't know if some of the Latvian locals told you when you arrived here that even though we know Latvians as cold people, they don't want to talk, but they want to talk, but they're expecting us to do the first steps.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which from our side, it doesn't look like that because, you know, we think they're bubble, they don't want to communicate.
Yeah, because and besides, well, personally, sometimes I don't like to bother people. You know,
Yeah.
For me, it would be like rude if I go with the people, and I don't know. Have you ever been in a bar? Like some people approach to you, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to talk to you. But so for me, if I start a conversation, it's rude. I don't know if that happened the same to you, but it could
I
be
mean,
rude.
No, I got you.
Multiple times there were some people like you start to talk and they just like look you in a bombastic eye
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just continue with your life.
Yeah. But it's not. I didn't want to. Now, after 1 year and something, I kind of get it. But
Yeah.
at the beginning, it was like sometimes I used to be alone in the room But now it's like, okay, now I know how to do it. Yeah, but that's been the hardest part. Like,
Yeah. Practice makes perfect.
I say to
Yes.
my friends, new championship, new rules.
that's right.
Yeah, that's correct. New game,
New game, new yes,
Yeah.
totally.
It's a different game. About climate. Let's talk about climate.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you adapt to the Latvian climate?
I always was a fan. Or, well, I always wanted to experience the cold weather. Always, yeah. I don't know. At least from my city, we don't have cold weather.
Yeah.
Our weather is always the same. Some people say like in Latvia you have the 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
Yeah.
In Mexico you only have 2 seasons per year.
Spring and summer?
No, day and night, and that's it. Sometimes rain. Yeah, sometimes rain and a lot of rain.
Yeah. So summer day, summer night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay,
And
2
rain,
seasons.
a lot of rain. But here you can experience for the 4 season, and that's super good.
Yeah.
You really notice how from winter you change to spring, and then to summer, and then to autumn. You can clearly see them on the streets.
Right.
Something I have never experienced before in my life.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Probably was here your first time that you see the snow.
Yeah, that's right. That
How
was
was
the
it?
first time.
Wow.
I was shocked. In Mexico, we have some places with snow. Sometimes we are not even aware of that, but there it is. Especially on mountains. But and I've been there, but it's not the same. Sometimes like a real small pieces of ice, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh wow. But here, the first time I saw it, wow, I was like, I felt like in a Christmas movie, you know? Right?
Yeah. Got it.
And I really love it. I remember the snow was like, I don't know, like 50 centimeters of high.
Wow.
And I used to like swim
Yeah.
on
Like
on
do the Angels of Snow. Like
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, for me it's
crazy.
the same.
Just imagine seeing snow for the first time. I mean, you get snow in your town, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
No, for me, when I was a kid, it was when I was 10 years old, I remember, it was like close to 50 centimeters. And for me, it was really the first time we really a lot of snow. And it was fucking amazing for me because that day, of course, like also the school from my house, from my home to the school, the path is only 400 meters, but the school was closed. The school was closed, and I live like in a hill. So think about like you can go in the fields and you can use like you can rotate, like do everything. It's amazing. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable for me.
Yeah.
That's good.
I remember when I was a kid as well, like we easily up to the knees snow. And as kids, like after every school day, we would go out to do snowmans, angels, like fight with snow. And now hearing some people that they see snow for the first time, like, wow, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Back in Mexico, if suddenly the temperature goes down like around 7 degrees or something, everything is canceled. Schools are canceled.
7
Yeah.
degrees.
7 degrees.
7.
7, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. For us, that's cold. So, yeah, I remember when I was a kid, there were like few times on winter times. We reached the 7 degrees, something like that. The classes were off. Some jobs give you the day because
Okay.
for us it's
Wow.
like too cold. Yeah.
7.
And here it's like 7 is summer. You know?
Yeah, I was also in Sweden, 7 is summer. It's like people are outside swimming.
Yeah, here people without jackets.
Yeah.
7 degrees.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an example. I'm
Yeah,
not
you know
Latvian,
what
but
I'm
still. Yeah. Well, if you don't like cold weather, go to Mexico. 7 degrees, you don't work.
Yeah.
7.
You stay at home.
Also for me, because we have this kind of thing when it's really raining a lot, but like disasters or something like that, with raining, not with the temperature.
Yeah.
With raining or a lot of snow, but not for the temperature. No.
Yeah. I don't recall in my school days for the school to be closed from weather.
No.
No, never.
Yes.
Snow, sun, rain, whatever, you have to go.
Yeah.
You go and you study.
And what do you love instead of the Latvian 4 seasons? Because
I don't know. What do I love?
yeah,
I really like how it changes.
no,
You know, how you can see clearly how it changes from one season to another. It's like in a movie, you know what I mean?
yeah. So you can see everything, okay.
Yeah. That's one of the things I really love about
Because
the weather.
for me it's normal. Because for me it's normal to have 4 seasons.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking you. Okay, different point of view, different perspective.
Yeah. Back in Mexico, as I told you, we almost have the same weather the whole year. It's good, right? Because it's kind of saying all the time. But for example, I used to watch movies, and they talk about autumn, and they used to talk about winter, and I was like, and I used to look at my window to outside, and I didn't see that clearly, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, like,
Okay.
it looks always for me the same. Why do in movies look like that, right? Well, now I can see it. I can see it clearly.
Yeah, you can experience what you see in the movies.
Yeah.
For me, it was the same, like coming here and I was joking and we are joking now about this because we came here in September and before coming here, of course, for the interview, they asked me, oh, how do you feel about the cold weather? Will you be fit for that? I was like, yeah, I want to go there. I want to come to Latvia also to experience the real cold.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
before to coming here, I was looking for informations about it. The minus 27. I came in September. I was like, I want to experience in January or in December minus 27 because I didn't experience it.
Yeah,
I
of
was
course.
like, okay, I want to see this year.
This year didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Unfortunately, we
I
were
mean-
like, we want the cold.
Yeah.
Minus
We miss it a lot. Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's do it. But here in Riga, probably I have to go
North.
in Cesis or other parts.
Maybe
Or northern, yeah.
no luck this year. Maybe next year we'll come back. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, in January. 3 weeks.
January just for the weather.
Just for the weather.
Okay.
You say that you are studying here.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. It was like a bachelor. It's a bachelor.
Master's degree.
Master degree. Okay. Did you see some differences in the approach of studying and also university between yours in Mexico?
Yeah. I have seen a lot of differences. Like too much. Yeah. Again, I think communication is the biggest change, you know, like the biggest difference. When I was making my bachelor's a few years ago, I remember the teachers, the professors were not like only professors. They were like your friends, you know? I mean, like they were acting, obviously, but they always want you to ask you, to express yourself. Like if you have any hesitation about any question, you can raise your hand and things like that. Here for me, it's been completely different. It's like, okay, sometimes I raise my hand, but it's not like that trust, you know, like a teacher and student. That's I used to have, yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's the biggest differences.
Because for me, it's the same. In Italy, it's the same, like for bachelor and master, like here. But depends on the course. Because for some courses where we are like less than 15 people, less than 20 people, the teacher can have a better relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, if it's like the whole class of 300 people, the teacher doesn't know your name.
Yeah. Back in Mexico, I was in a private school. Turiba is also a private school. But in Mexico, my classroom used to be around 20 people, 25 people. That was the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Here, my classroom is around, in the first semester, we were around 200 people.
Yeah, probably this is the difference.
Yeah, I was too surprised. I was the only Mexican. Obviously, people kind of recognized me.
Yeah.
They knew my name at least, right? Well, at least like, oh, Mexico. That's it. But yeah, that's another huge differences between here and what I used to have.
And instead, how is in Macedonia?
Yeah, it's basically the same, like you said. If you go like private courses or private universities, whatever, you have this more close like relationship with the teacher. They can help you after classes for like practices that you do over time. It doesn't matter. Like you have communication, but in like these national universities, no. Like 300, 400 students, like Isako said, like
Yeah.
professors don't know your name. Like
Yeah.
I have friend. He finished in a national university for IT. He's like, some of the professors don't even know my name. Like we don't even talk. Like they just
Yeah.
communicate on email.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's completely like strangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but also for me it's the same. And after the degree, some of the relationship changes because I have some of my friends who are like, oh, after the degree, I can go with my professor to take a beer, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean after
Yeah.
you finish the studies. Of
Yeah,
course,
it's like
they're like, okay, you finally made it.
Yeah.
You are out of my sight.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
a trouble anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Passing more through the cultural part. We met each other in a restaurant.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The name is Amigo Riga.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Can you tell us more about the restaurant? Because we went during the opening. Yeah, this episode will be released later. But
Yeah.
what can you tell us about the restaurant?
My partners, each one of us wanted to make like two of are Mexicans and one of them is Latin Mexican.
Okay.
I think it's like, the Mexicans, we love our food, and we realized that there's no Mexican place here, like proper Mexican. So my friends and I made the decision to make a Hispanic place, like the first Hispanic place here in Riga, because there is no other one, or like we don't feel like at home. Well, it's their words, right? And we wanted to make the people how Hispanic country is, Obviously, we made a lot of adaptations. We're still working on the place. Sometimes we don't know how to behave. For example, the presentation sometimes of the food. For us, the presentation is not important. It's more important how it tastes.
Yeah.
But here is something that presentation is very, very a huge matter. So that's one of the things that we were working. Obviously, I mean, we have to make adaptations. It's not optional. We went through to how to make it, and we wanted to choose a catchy name,
Right.
So when the first time I went out from Mexico, I never expect that a lot of people love Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
So a friend of mine, now he's a friend of mine. At the time he was not. The first thing he told me was like, ¿qué pasa, amigo? 1, 2, 3.
The only four words every
Yeah. That is a stereotypical phrases.
Yeah.
And after he told me that, like, it was the second day I came here. After that day, a lot of people told me, ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Qué pasa, amigo? 1, 2, 3. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? And things like that. And I was like annoyed. But then I was like, what the fuck? It's good, right? People love my language. I like it. I like that. So we wanted to choose something like can transmit trust to the people.
Okay.
And something that the people already know, something very catchy. So, and Amigo, that's the name that it could fit.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
But it's a great idea to come up with a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it's simple because the people say Amigo Riga, so the people will know it. It's Riga.
Yeah.
And you already know where it is.
And it's your amigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I can imagine everybody go inside it. ¿Qué pasa, amigo?
Yeah. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. No. I really love it. People from here has been so welcome to us.
So, and you didn't forget like the Hispanic, Latino culture was so loved outside.
I mean, the most viewed video in the history of music is Despacito, right?
Yeah. That's one.
One of the biggest singers in the world is Shakira.
I
Yeah,
guess.
it's
Yes.
So I think, I was having the expectation, but I never realized how it could be.
Okay.
Like how strong the Hispanic culture has made an impact to other cultures and other countries. And I really like that, you know. I was so surprised, but so pleased at the same time.
Yeah. I can say that this is something I could relate because I knew about the Italian culture outside. Like,
Yeah.
you go outside where people are starting to say, oh, pizza, pasta, mandolino, carbonara. Basic things I knew. But,
Tomato,
yeah.
tomate, yeah.
And also hand gestures, of course. But coming here, one of the first things that the people were asking me were like, oh, but you can you do some Italian language lessons? I think that the people will love them. And I was like, are you serious? I said, yeah. And I'm still thinking in my mind, yeah, of course, Italian, lifestyle, fascinating, abroad, everywhere, I know. But it's only a language when 60 million people talk.
Yes.
Only?
Yeah. Sorry.
My language
was
only 2 million people speak it.
I'm thinking for this, instead for Spanish, French, English, of course, there are a lot of people that are using, you can speak with a lot of people. That's why I'm always thinking about why you want to learn Italian. Other people are like, oh, it's amazing, I want to go to Italy, experience. I'm like, okay, do it.
Yeah.
Choice.
A lot of people go only for the tourism.
Yeah.
Like, they go there for tourism and they want to speak the language.
Yeah, of course.
But instead for Spanish, in my point of view, it's because the Spanish culture, but also the Latin American influence in Italy is strong. For the music, for example, we have some music, of course, there is this sharing between Italian and
Spanish. Yeah, I think it's both ways.
Yes, both ways. And also I think all the influences, because and also for Italian and for Spanish, learning both languages and vice versa, it's easier.
Of course, yeah.
So we can understand.
It's almost the same, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, some people ask me, like, one friend of mine told me once, like, I used to go to a karaoke, and we used to sing like Porque ti amo.
Yeah, sarà perché ti amo.
Sarà perché ti amo.
Yeah. Correct.
And she used to tell me, like, let's sing that is in Spanish, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not Spanish. And she was like, oh, whatever. everything outside Latvia is English or Spanish. And I was like,
the other Spanish.
Yeah, the other Spanish.
The cousin of the Spanish.
Yeah. At the end, we're cousins.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, we can understand. We can, sometimes we don't even need to learn because we can understand each other. I have also Italian friends. And sometimes they speak Italian, I speak to them in Spanish.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
That's the beauty with languages, especially
the Roman languages.
Roman
languages.
If the same family, you can pretty much understand.
Yeah, I mean, there are like a few things that change completely, but pretty much we can understand each other.
Yeah.
Coming back to food, culture, and also the restaurant, because we want to know. We were there, but the people doesn't know. Which kind of tacos the people can find there?
Okay, the tacos that we design are exactly the same that are in Mexico. We made some adaptations, as already said, but are exactly the same. We wanted to make like something that we can get in the markets, outside the markets. For us, it's very common to eat on the streets. That sounds really terrible.
like street food,
Yeah, street food. Yeah.
That sounds.
Yeah. No, not exactly on the streets. So we wanted to make that experience to the people. First of all, we have the apotitaco. Apotitaco, it comes from the name of the cook, of the chef, which is a professional chef. So his nickname is Apoti.
Okay. That's
now makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's an adaptation of the real one that is in Mexico. That is taco de cochinita. Then we have the taco amigo. That is the adaptation of the taco al pastor.
Yeah,
and we wanted to make like every kind of taco, like. When you're on the streets, back at the Tigres in Mexico, you go on the streets or the market, and you have like, I don't know, like maybe 10 meters of meat,
Okay.
full of tacos,
Full of
right?
tacos.
So you have a variety of what you can choose. So we wanted to make the experience. Obviously, it cannot be the same, right? But because of everything, prices, the area, on and on and on. Well, we wanted to make the people feel that they're at home. I don't know if you saw the place, but we wanted to make that to make the people comfortable.
Yeah, in fact, the
it was
decorations.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. When we were there, it was full. Like all the tables were full, and at one moment the music went up. Like it was maybe a bit too loud, but it was perfect for the amount of people.
Yeah.
And everybody was talking, shouting,
Yeah,
laughing,
yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's something that we have a lot of in Mexico. We have a lot of noise.
Yeah,
on
which
the
was great,
streets.
the real Mexican style. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
And also, I have to do a confession at this table now.
Okay, I'm scared.
No,
It's
okay.
okay.
Yoki, you know that I really love tacos.
Okay.
But really is like the meaning. I don't remember exactly which year was, but on Netflix they release a documentary of like the different tastes and how they make the tacos. Like for example, one episode there is tacos al pastor, one episode another one, blah blah.
Yeah.
I watched all of them and I was really, oh my god, this is the best thing that I have to try. And
Yeah.
I started to go in Milan, like searching the most Mexican place where to try the tacos.
Yeah.
For me, it was the first time, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I don't recall ever eating taco. But I had quesadilla.
Okay.
Yeah, but not tacos. And I'm like, okay, now I need to make a change and try tacos.
Yeah, and now we have few tacos in this moment, but our idea is to expand and continue to go forward because Mexico is not only tacos, you know.
Yeah, right.
In every state, in Mexico, we have like different cuisines. It's like a little continent together. So you go somewhere, except some few states that I don't know why they don't have it. Like Querétaro, there is like one state in Mexico. It's called. They don't have cuisine. We always make jokes about it because the only thing they have is like a Domino's pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. So, sorry, I cannot see you in this moment. You left the room. And so we want, especially on summer times, we want to make something fresh. Because as I told you, Mexico is not just limited to tacos.
Yeah.
We want to expand and expand and expand. Just like little by little.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Steps.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. To keep forward.
Yeah. But besides tacos, I tried the drink first time horchata.
Horchata,
Yeah. When I got the drink, I'm like, this looks interesting, and I first smelled it, and it smelled. Is it like rice based?
Yeah, that's rice based.
Okay, yeah, because to me it smelled like rice pudding.
No.
Like with milk, and when I tried it, it's refreshing, cold. I'm like, especially for summer.
Yeah.
I can see that for summer being
because
amazing.
it was a really hot day.
And also it was hot, so I can imagine like more like 30+ degrees in the drink.
Yeah. That water, it's something that we have in every in every party, in every restaurant. We have it all the time. So as I tell you, we wanted to make that experience like really feel like Mexico. Now the menu and everything's limited, but we're going to keep forward.
True, of course. For the beginning is okay.
We believe me, we have a lot of mistakes in this moment. We're working on it.
I didn't see them, but
thank you so much.
Me neither.
Thank you.
But about the drink, one more question. How do you drink this drink with food? If you said you have it on a parties, like what's the most normal way or common way to drink the
water? I don't know how to call it. Like if you are thirsty, you just drink it. Yeah. It's not. It's normal. Like back in Mexico, we give the water as a complement to the food.
Right.
And we also have another kind of water, but here is kind of hard to find the flour that we need to. That is called Jamaica.
Okay.
Here they have it, but mostly for medicine purposes. we wanted to implement that also on the place. So we're still checking how to do it, because those two waters, horchata and Jamaica, are like the normal thing every day, that we have it for everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And we make water of everything. Like, we don't make water of meat because it will taste weird,
Yeah.
but we have soups of meat. So we also want to implement that in the future.
I was thinking, which of the foods of the traditional Mexican cuisine will be loved by Latvians,
Which,
and vice versa? What do you think as one of the Latvian food that you ever tried here would be loved by Mexicans?
all right, I think everything related to meat, especially pork here in Latvia, believe me, I love it. Yeah. In Mexico, we love meat. Like,
Okay.
even sometimes people say they are vegans. They are not.
Once you see a good barbecue or a good pork,
yeah.
forget you.
Yeah, once you smell it, you will go direct. They will go directly for the meat. Yeah,
Yeah. Have you tried pork shashliks in Latvia?
of course. Yeah,
Ah,
I love
amazing.
that. Yeah, and actually, we want to make something like together with tacos and shashliks.
Okay.
We were like,
Oh, so mixture of
yeah, that would be
cultures.
good. Yeah,
That's amazing.
and I think the tacos, or the food that is being loved about Latvians, at least our friends that have told us, like is everything related to chicken.
No.
In this case, will be pollos hermanos taco.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And especially with crunchy tortilla.
Okay.
That will be the best option to do it. It reminds us the dish that we have in Mexico is called tostadas.
I already see that, but I don't remember. Remember me how it is?
It's like a crunchy tortilla.
Mm.
So we put the meat on top. We put sour cream. We put salsa, obviously, cheese, and that's a tostada. If someone asks us, yeah, almost everything in our cuisine is with tortilla, just a
Okay,
different kind. Yeah, but here, I mean, at the beginning we didn't want to put like crunchy tortillas. One friend of mine told me like, "Hey, are you going to have crunchy?" I was like, "Okay." So once we were eating with the crunchy, it recalled us like to those tostadas, and we were like, okay, it should stay here forever. Yeah.
A successful experiment.
Yeah. Okay, another thing, most of Mexicans were like, sometimes we don't know what we're doing, and like honestly, like sometimes we have no idea, like completely no idea. We just feel it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe it could work. I don't know. So we just jump, and that's it.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if it's good or it's bad.
Just trust before.
Yeah. But let's make questions later. And yeah, that's how we have made the place. Sometimes we don't think about any consequences. We just do it.
It's good.
Yeah.
But also, you mentioned this crunchy tortilla and the normal tortilla. So in Mexico, the tacos are like the soft dough. The soft tortilla is the most like it's original, yeah.
Yeah. It's the soft tortilla, yeah. The corn one.
Yeah, okay. Because I've seen online like crunchy tacos and soft tacos. I didn't know the difference about the types.
No. Our normal tortilla is the soft one, the corn one. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yoki, I think that you can ask the last question. Probably the last question about food? Yes. Yeah. So we can conclude the food.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You said that you tried a lot of Latvian things, food, and I suppose you tried sweets as well.
Yeah, of course.
What is your favorite karums flavor? Have you tried karums?
Karums. Sorry, no, I think I haven't.
Karums.
No.
It's like a cottage cheese chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and there are multiple flavors. So if you
Oof. That's a tough question, eh? Because I haven't tried. Okay, the thing is like I don't like the sweet things. So I always avoid everything related to cakes, everything related to candies. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's like I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm too salty or I don't know.
No, there are salty people. It's
Yeah.
not my case, but I
Yeah.
know salty people.
So yeah, I haven't tried it because everything related to cakes and candies, I just dislike it like
Yeah.
immediately.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I have a friend. He doesn't have this. How do, I don't know how you say in English. Like when you say food, and you're like, "Ooh, I want sweet."
Mhm.
Craving, probably.
Yeah, craving,
Yeah,
probably.
craving.
And he doesn't have the craving for sweets.
Well,
He's
yeah.
like, I don't care about sweet. Like everything that is salty, savory, I like. But
Yeah, yeah,
sweets,
yeah.
I don't.
For me, everything that is related to meat,
No. Amen.
yeah, yeah, that's for me. Yeah,
Mm.
but sweet, I don't know. It's like sometimes I start having headaches with the sweet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I
yeah,
have never
it's-
tried it.
No worries. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
but probably I will go for chocolate.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
that's my
yeah.
my favorite as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Out of 10 flavors, I don't know how many they have.
No, I
Yeah.
tried only two, probably vanilla and chocolate, or probably raspberries or something. I tried.
I think.
But-
Well, I think we tried raspberries and strawberry maybe
Yeah, yeah.
because we
tried.
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one I haven't tried is vanilla because I don't like vanilla.
Okay.
Everything else is good.
Yeah, because no, the first one when I tried it was with cheese, and for me it was unexpected because for me, if you say to me like, "Oh, this is something like a pastry," usually I think about it it's a sweet.
Mhm.
They say to me, "Oh, it's a sweet." Try it. I did the bite and I was like, "Oh my god, there is cheese inside."
Cheese.
Okay, passing to not food, but also other things of Mexican culture. Can you say to us some traditional Mexican holidays that you celebrate?
Okay. We have the most common one that you probably have watched in the movies. That is the Dia de los Muertos,
Yeah.
Day of the
Yeah.
Dead. Is the day that we praise to the people that have passed away. It's a way that we can communicate with. That sounds like silly, but we can communicate and feel that they are with us. So for us, Dia de los Muertos is split in 3 days mostly.
Okay.
Well, we celebrate that on Mexico. Like the first is 31st of October. We celebrate Halloween. So then we have 1st of November. That is for children. Like the children have passed away.
Ooh, okay.
And the real day is the second one,
Okay.
2nd of November. That is the day that the most that it's for adults. So that day we put some like an altar, like of we call it ofrenda. So it's like a little altar. So we put all the things that the people that have passed away in our families and friends used to like. You know, for example, my grandfather, we used to put them cigarettes, beer. We also have something that is called dead bread, pan de muerto.
Ooh.
So this bread, this like sweet bread, it has like little bones on top. Okay, it's not real human bones,
Yeah.
but in our pre-Hispanic times, it used to be made by
Oh,
Real
okay.
bones.
the real one, yeah, with real meat.
Okay.
Yeah, human meat. Now we don't do that anymore. So we put that and everything, looks like Coco movie, like
Yeah.
orange, purple, and yellow. So that's the way we can remind the people that we used to love and they used to be with us. And it's been 2 generations. I don't know if you watched the movie, Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
think
like
that
that.
it's a good representation?
I like it. I like the movie.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah. Unlike another movies that have been related to Mexican culture, this movie I really love it. It was made a lot of Mexican hands on the movie, Hispanic hands as well, Hispanic minds, and they really respect the culture as it should be.
Okay. Amazing.
So yeah, it's approved. Yeah, unlike I don't know Emilia Perez movie. I don't know if you watch it. It's like a French movie.
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, you ever had a...
Okay. It will be in our list.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. You can take it away from the list. That's
It's
offensive.
okay. I was
it's not on the list.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
not
not on
on
the
the
list. That will be one holiday. Then we have the most important day, that is the Independence Day. We celebrate on September. So it's like, it's a huge party. All the squares on the cities are full of people. The president shouts like Viva Mexico to everyone. Like for, I don't know, 3,000 people on the square, and in every single square of every single city or district. So sometimes that party lasts like 3 days because we eat a lot. We are with our family, with our friends. Most of the time we are up with our families. We Mexican culture is not like we like to be with our family. Yeah. So that will be the second. Then we have a lot of them.
No, go. We rescued you.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. We have something that is called Guadalupe Reyes. Guadalupe Reyes is like we start on December because it starts with a celebration to the Virgin Maria,
Okay.
and it finishes on the Three Wise Men Day on
so
January
the 6th of January, probably.
Yeah, 6th of January. So Mexican culture is based on Catholic culture.
Yeah, that's why.
We call this season Guadalupe Reyes because it starts with the celebration of Virgin Maria and it finishes with the Three Wise Men.
Yeah.
So the Three Wise Men, it includes Christmas, includes New Year's Eve, it includes a lot more, which I don't remember now, but includes a lot of celebrations. So every weekend for us, for almost 1 month, it's party and party and party and party and party and party and party.
And food upon food upon
and food and food and food and tequila and tequila.
Yeah. The elixir of life.
Yes. Yeah. So we can include that day, Christmas, New Year's Eve, the Three Wise Men. So the Three Wise Men Day, or Dia de los Reyes, we have something that is also like Santa Claus thing. When Jesus' kid was born, the Three Wise Men came to
give gifts.
give gifts. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So we have the representation, but it's obviously it's the parents, right? So they give gifts to their children at night, like Santa Claus thing.
Okay. So but like hiding during the night. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, exactly the same.
Okay, perfect.
So some people only do the Three Wise Men Day, and also other people do the Santa Claus. In my case, when I was a kid, I used to do both.
Lucky.
Well, my parents used to do that, obviously. In the Three Wise Men Day, we have something that is called rosca. It's another bread that is like, I don't know. So in this bread, like a donut, like a huge donut, we hide some little Jesus statues. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So if you cut it and you find this little toy on the bread on 12th of February, you will it's like the second part of the party. So on 12th of February, we have something that is called tamales. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No.
Not really.
Okay, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but hopefully we can have it in the near future.
Yeah.
So tamales, we give the tamales to the people. So all the people who find this kind of toy on the bread, they bring the tamales to the next party.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like food. Again, food. Yeah. In Mexico, one of the things that is so hard to be is to be fit. Believe me. Because you go on the streets and you find food, so freaking delicious food, super cheap, super accessible, super delicious, and
so counting calories in Mexico is prohibited.
Yes, it is. So no, for real, it's so hard to be fit in Mexico. Yeah, like Well, a long time ago, I used to be fit. Believe me, I used to. And fuck, it was so hard because every corner you go and go and go and go,
Okay.
you find delicious food. It smells so nice, and sometimes one taco is super cheap, and they put a big portion of meat. So it's so hard.
Yeah, I
So-
can imagine.
We have another day. Sorry. It's called the Day of the Flag, Dia de la Bandera. We celebrate our flag. And we also have the Day of Work. That day we don't work. We also have the Revolution Day, that's on November. It's similar to Independence Day that is celebrated on September, but this kind is Revolution. And we also celebrate the day at the beginning of the spring. But that it makes a coincidence with the day that one of our former presidents, that he was beloved, was born. His name was Benito Juarez. So we celebrate both things that day, that the spring day and the day that this president was born. We don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
I
Okay.
was about to ask you.
Yeah,
about
we
that one.
was one of our questions was
We don't
about
celebrate that. That's completely. I mean, of course, we know that they exist, but we don't celebrate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I know a lot of people confuse Cinco de Mayo with the
Independence
Independence
Day.
Day.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah, so we don't do it. We don't celebrate that. We don't care about that. They only celebrate it, and sometimes on the city that was that the battle was made.
Okay.
That was in Puebla, and they celebrate it, but that's the only day they do. The rest of the country is like, okay, whatever,
Normal day.
normal day. We celebrate more Star Wars than
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so now it's clear. Yeah.
We celebrate more, and that's a fact. Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay, we put it later.
Yeah.
We speak later. Later. Because
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
start with that.
Yeah.
If you
So-
start with anime,
Yeah. So we celebrate, for us, the more important Dragon Ball Day than Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
okay.
That's right.
Yeah. One of the other things that I think we can relate about it is like that we have Macedonia, Mexico, and Italy here. Okay. For the Catholic part, we share most of the common things.
Of course.
And for the wise men, we don't have the bread, but we have like one sock, and you put it like some sweets
Mhm.
for the children. And if you are a good kid, you will receive with socks, with sock, and etc. But for the other one, I think that you can relate with him for the bread,
For
the bread and the statue of Jesus. But-
in January?
Yes, but yours it's different.
With the coin, you mean?
Yeah, yours. Yeah, of course, but in yours you need the coin.
Okay, yeah. Well, we have because our Christmas, we celebrate Christmas on 6th to 7th January, because like we are Orthodox.
Mhm.
And on the night before Christmas, some people, like it's depends on the city and the region, families. Some people do this pastry, like circular pastry, where you put coin inside and
Yeah.
you separate the pastry on equivalent part of how many people are in the family. And from the oldest to the youngest, everybody takes a piece. And it's believed whoever finds the coin is believed to be fortunate
Okay. Yeah.
throughout the year. But also we do that on 13th of January, because then we have this holiday called Old New Year,
Yeah.
which is New Year from the old calendar, like from the Orthodox old calendar, something like that. And we celebrate that, and lots of people do that instead then. So they don't do it before Christmas, they do it then.
Okay.
So it's like everybody does it like differently. But it's the same belief, like with the coin.
Okay, good. I forgot to say something. Like, in this Guadalupe Reyes season, we have pre-parties before Christmas. Now we call it posadas. So, yeah, we have a lot of parties. Yeah, we eat a lot, we drink a lot. Yeah. So in these posadas that we have, it's like pre-parties for the main party, right?
Okay.
Sure.
Warming up.
Warming up. Warming up. So we have these piñatas all the time.
Okay. Yeah, we know what it is.
So yeah, and in the piñatas inside we put candies. I mean, a lot of people put like when they want to be like very extravagant or something like that, they put condoms and they put
Okay.
dildos and I mean, like,
Whoa.
obviously those are not for children, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The traditional thing is candies, candies
Yeah, right.
only. Yeah, and mainly it's for children.
Passing to other side of culture. What are the main sports?
The main sports.
Or there is only one?
No. Main sports. The number one sport that is celebrated in Mexico is football. You know, traditional football, soccer.
Yeah.
I think besides Argentina, we have the biggest fan base of football soccer in the world. When it was the Qatar celebration of the World Cup, Mexico was the second country with most people in Qatar.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, the first one being Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, football is the number one. We have like big exponents like Chicharito.
Yeah.
We know the legend.
Yeah. What else? Luchas, wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because
This is
this is one of my questions when I
Yeah.
was here. Yes.
We have also wrestling. There's like it's how to call it? It's like a parade, you know?
Yeah. You can say like a show.
It's like a show, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a performance.
Yeah.
But it's a performance that most people love it. We also have, I mean, it's not ours completely, but I think some people have highlights on that, like it's karate. But I mean, it's not ours, so I cannot say that we have that. We also have something that about beer pong, obviously. Tequila pong.
Yeah, tequila.
Shooting is also one of our things, but mostly it's football.
Okay.
Football, yeah. I don't know why I forgot. Like, is everything about the race? You know, like Formula One.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's also very. I mean, it's not like everyone has the car to do it, but we celebrate it.
Yeah.
Now, it's celebrated in the Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez, the stadium, and so we also have this Checo Perez that he was a big figure on this world. I'm not related to that, so I'm sorry I cannot give you like.
Me too. Me neither. So no problem.
I have two friends that are huge Formula One
Yeah.
fans, and they watch everything. They know about every person. This records that. I'm like,
but
I
don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's
Sorry
like
for one.
two fast cars that do the boom, boom, boom. all the time.
Yeah.
Now we can start with the weird questions.
Hey, here we go.
Okay. No. Okay. You talk about wrestling. I know about this culture thanks to a cartoon that was called Mucha Lucha.
All right, yeah.
And thanks to that, when I was a little bit older, I could say, I was thinking like to have connections. Because for I don't know if it's also a figure or a thing like the mask of the wrestler.
Yeah.
And thinking to that, I was thinking about the WWE, and I was thinking about Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Well, because also he has that kind of mask, and I started to connect all the dots, and I was like, okay, let's see. And you know, when you are bored, you don't know what to do, but you are still curious in something, you start to search for everything. Like I connected the dots because like Rey Mysterio, his origins are Mexicans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's why probably he wanted to do this and etc. And also for Mucha Lucha, searching online, I was like, oh, why? And also I knew that the people, the directors of the cartoon were origins from Mexico.
Yeah, right. So yeah, the wrestling, but las luchas are like Mucha Lucha. But yeah, that's right. And there are two kinds. Like I'm not familiar with the wrestling thing, but there are two kind of wrestlers, like the guy who has the mask, and I don't remember if it's the people who has long hair, but they don't use mask. So the mask is very important for them. If they lose it or something, they lose automatically everything. Like it's like losing like their pride, their honor.
Okay.
So even
like a badge of honor.
yes.
Yeah.
So even when they're outside, like conferences or interviews or all these wrestlers, they always use the mask. They can't take it away for the media.
Okay.
It's something that they should use all the time.
Okay, that's why also when I was a kid, I was like, why he doesn't leave his mask? Why does take off the mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some wrestlers have taken away through years, but it's something very, very important for them. Yeah. So we also have another sport that is fighting. I think we got the second place on the previous Olympics. It's not wrestling; it's just like fighting.
Yeah.
So I think that coming back to the sports, I think those three are the main ones.
Yeah, I was thinking. So of the sports, like outside sports, we know a lot of movies, books, everything. That are English versions. They are translated very commonly to Spanish.
Yeah.
Titles, and how does it go? Is in Mexico? Do you translate everything like movie titles, books?
No, we don't translate the titles.
Movie titles, no.
No, sometimes yeah. I mean, like if they're easy to pronounce, the dubbers they don't translate it. As we are like close to USA, we have that influence. Most of people in Mexico don't speak English. But anyways, we kind of have that influence from USA, so we don't translate it. Like for example, unlike Spain, I remember Harry Potter, Hermione character was called in Mexico Hermione Granger, right? In Spain, she was called Hermione. In Spain they do it. They pronounce the words as they look. We always try to maintain the name as the pronunciation it is. It's because that influence from USA. So we try. Avengers movie is called Avengers. At the beginning, it was called Los Vengadores Avengers.
Yeah.
But that was the name. Like that the whole name was Los Vengadores Avengers.
Okay.
For the second movie, it was changed. I think it was named Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
So the name remained the same. Like Avengers, La Era de Ultron.
Okay.
No?
Because I've seen for Iron Man, they I think it was in Spain or
no, it was because this whole thing started with a meme that you have to know. But could like probably this is like Latin America in general and also Mexico including, because there are some memes where if you search it, you were like, why are these names like that? For the adaptation of some video games and also TV series in Netflix, they change it, but not in Spain, because I asked to some people that I know in Spain, they were like, no, for us the name is normal, it's like the English name, but in Latin America. That's why I wanted to ask you. And also, one thing was Iron Man, because Iron Man has Iron Man, 2 dots, and also El Hombre de Hierro.
El Hombre de Hierro, yeah.
And Los Vengadores was for the Avengers.
But that was also only for the first movies.
Okay.
Right? Like Iron Man, El Hombre de Hierro, Los Vengadores, Avengers. But for the consequent movies, the names remain the same. For Avengers Infinity War, I think it was just Avengers Infinity War, the name itself, and that's it.
Yeah.
For example, when it was the Ant-Man movie, it was El Hombre Hormiga, Ant-Man.
Okay.
Because it's like I think they do it because they want to put the name on English. Because it's easier also to make the marketing for them.
Yeah, of course.
And sometimes I remember when I was a kid, Spider-Man was called El Hombre Araña.
Okay.
And it was kind of strange because I remember when I got the movie on DVD, I saw Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man. But they named him like El Hombre Araña, and I was like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Now, all the names remain the same, except like few ones, like little shorts that they don't make complications, but like these trading names, they keep it that way. Before it was not like that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of issues with the names when the 90s especially.
Mhm.
For example, Wolverine used to be called Gepardo. That is kind of a
Okay, yeah, I
okay.
got it.
that was called somehow like Cybertooth, something like that.
Yeah.
That is not related to Wolverine. With the time, the name was changed. For the first movie, it was changed to the real translation that is Gloton, is the translation
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Wolverine. For I think from X-Men 2 on, they name it
Okay.
Wolverine, and Wolverine stayed the name.
Yeah.
And on. We have a lot of things that, especially with anime, especially in the 90s. I think that they were like trying to make the names easier.
Mm.
Yeah.
For example, Goku,
Yeah.
back at the day, there are two translations. The first translation is for the first 20 episodes.
Okay.
Krillin, the character, he was named Cachito.
Okay.
Yeah. We see these translations now, and it's like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball was not called Dragon Ball. It was called La Bola Mágica. It's like magic ball or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, they stopped doing the translation and they hired the voices that are known now, at least in whole Latin America, Hispanoamerica.
Mhm.
And yeah, they're still living for that.
Yeah. Now, okay.
We saw one. Maybe it was meme. I don't know if it's true. We asked our housemate, she's from Spain, about The Witcher.
Oh, what?
The Witcher,
Okay.
the TV series. And we see a poster that is in Spanish, and it's called Gerardo La Magias.
Les Aventures, Les Trepidantes Aventures de Gerardo el Maya.
I mean,
Yeah, because when our housemate, she saw, and she's like, "This can be real. This is not how we say."
no, the thing is like sometimes Latin America make joke because in Latin America we have the same dubbing.
Yeah.
The whole subcontinent.
Yeah.
So we make jokes about the Spanish translation because sometimes they put like las flipantes aventuras de Jorgito, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, we make jokes about that.
Okay.
So for example, they call Spider-Man, they call him Spider-Man.
Okay.
As I told you, they do it. They read it as it is. Like it's written. As well as Hermione, we call her Hermione. They call Hermione because it's
Hermione.
so sometimes we make jokes about that, like on this translation, like los flipantes, or they will be more like because they want to add more names. They always try to make everything so literal.
Yeah.
And for example, Home Alone movie.
Yeah.
I think they name it like Solo en Casa. That's literally Home Alone. So for us, to make it more attractive, the name, we call it like Mi Pobre Angelita. That is like my poor little angel. This is nothing related. Yeah. So that's
Home Alone
that's
was
in
like
my
that?
yeah.
Home Alone was
Home
named?
Alone, yeah. Like my poor angel, my poor little angel. We call him my Mi Pobre Angelita. So yeah, that was the 90s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also at the end of this kind of topic, probably I have the answer to that. Okay. Because also in Italy we have this thing, but like the title, for example, is Spider-Man. The subtitle is translated.
All right.
Or if we have, for example, one name, they can say like the English name and also add the subtitle to get it more catchy for the audience, of course, for the Italian audience, that probably they don't know English.
Yeah, all right.
And back in the days, in the 90s, also for us, like the adaptation of most of animes, for example, because I know more of that, they were the adaptation, they were like, we can say crazy, but for the audience, because they were referred to children, so of course they changed like most of the names. But for example, if they were in English, okay, they were perfect. If they were like in Japanese, they had to change some names, etc. But for example, Yamcha is one character of Dragon Ball, became Yamko in Italian. So to make it more
to make this more Italian, right?
more
This
Italian,
accent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or also like Piccolo in Italy became Junior, because Piccolo for us is an adjective to say that you are a kid, you are little.
Oh,
Is the
okay.
so Piccolo is little.
Yeah.
So they make some changes.
Yeah.
And besides, but now, because also the Japanese companies, they started to think about, oh, okay, we are famous outside Japan.
Yeah.
We can earn money if we use our title. So now they started to impose in the contracts, like, you have to use the name of the characters as they should be. You have to use like the openings. In Italy, we have this thing that all the openings, they were made from zero or with the sample of the originals was.
Yeah.
But most of them, they were made from zero. So we have this huge amount of openings, Italian openings of cartoons and animes. But now, like for example, Captain Tsubasa, that was only in Italian, was only Benji years ago.
Same in Latin America.
Okay. From 2018, they did like the remake for the World Championship of Football that was in Russia. Okay, that year. They did like a new anime for that, like a song of remake, talking about the World Championship, blah, blah. But how they did it, they said, okay, if you want to show this in Italy, you have to use the correct name. So only became with the turn back with the original name. So it was Tsubasa. The title is not only Benji, Captain Tsubasa. The opening is the Japanese one.
All right.
So it's for branding, so they know, and also for probably for Pokemon. For Pokemon, I don't know now, but also for Pokemon can be the same, but only for the opening, because for the names they know it. It's complicated.
But I think it's better to keep like the original, like Japanese, whatever. Like you're exposing people to different culture, different language, different things, and it's like they learn more.
Yeah.
Now that you're talking about Tsubasa, I don't know the name in Japanese. Like I'm the name of the show.
Yeah.
But we used to call it like Super Campeones, like Super Champions.
Yeah.
And we used to call him Tommy Oliver.
Yeah. For us was Oliver Hutton. Yeah.
Oliver Hutton.
Oliver Hutton. Yeah.
Oliver Hutton. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, we don't know.
And another thing is like, fortunately, some anime, like really popular anime, like Dragon Ball, Digimon, what else? They're very popular. They came directly from Japan to Mexico.
Directly?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's why. Because for us, it's not, in Italy, it's not the same. Because for us, it was back in, now, of course, but back in the day was from Japan to the United States.
Yeah.
So in the United States, there was like the censored, we call it the censored version, and the censored version came to Italy.
Yeah, and then when they came to USA, they had a lot of censorship.
Yeah.
Because of the 4Kids company. Yeah. So fortunately, we didn't have that, at least for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball for us is super important. So they came direct from Japan and other animes. We respect the translation, and all the openings and endings, they were translated to Spanish.
Okay.
So we have the same openings as in Japanese, and the dubbing from Mexico, or the dubbing from Latin America, I think is considered like one of the best ones. I think it's the second best one after USA. And we made everything. Well, I didn't do anything right. the companies did like only the translation, and they kept forever.
Okay.
Except for example, Yu-Gi-Oh! That anime came directly from USA.
And that one was censored.
Censorship, like
at all.
And it's not like the blood or the bad language. I think it's like sometimes when they make these translations, we lose context. With the censorship, we lose context of what's happening. There are characters that complete change.
Yeah. No.
So it came directly from USA, and all the openings are from USA, and they sound like kind of weird. They don't have this anime vibe, Now, after growing up, we can watch on Crunchyroll and whatever. We know that, right? But that back at the time, we didn't.
The internet.
For me to watch anime that is dubbed, it's not the same. I only tried like I think one episode, like to watch it like in English speaking. But no, it's not.
No, I have never liked anime in English dubbing.
Yeah, no. I tried like one time, I turned it off.
Yeah.
Like I would prefer like Japanese talking and English subtitles
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It has that different feeling when you watch it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds so different when they do on anime or any other movie with English dubbing. I don't know.
It doesn't sound right.
Yes.
It doesn't feel right, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
not right.
And last question about anime, because I have to ask you now because we are talking. Okay, I told you this image is from this is more personal. This is more personal. This is my question. Not it was not here. I can say this. Okay, you say that Dragon Ball is a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I remember exactly because that days I was crazy. Not crazy for Dragon Ball, like because I used to watch Dragon Ball when there was Dragon Ball Super when it was released, and for some important episodes when they were released, also without subtitles. I was like, I don't care. At for me, it was at 2 a.m. I will sit there and watch the episode also without subtitles. I don't care. But do you remember when there were like 2 episodes?
The last 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Super.
Yes, but also I remember, if I could remember correctly,
comes into Mikate no Goku.
Yeah, that was the episode between 108 and 110 probably of Dragon Ball Super, and there were. So I have the photo. Probably I will share it here somewhere. I have the photo. There were placed some posters in some cities in Mexico because I was like, it's impossible. It's incredible. Like a poster of like boxing, but with Goku against Jiren.
That's the last 2 episodes of
It's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, now let's go to Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's going to take hours talking about this. Mexico, we love anime. I mean, yeah, we love anime. Most of my generation love anime. Younger generation love anime. But back at the 90s, we used to have a lot of cartoons. Dragon Ball was one of those. Fortunately, we kept the real translations because in other way, Goku will have been named Zero. That was going to be his name.
Okay.
Fortunately, it didn't happen. Thank you, God. Dragon Ball is like a huge impact. When Akira Toriyama passed away last year ago, even the narcos stopped doing their business. That's how important Dragon Ball is for us. It's like I told you, we don't care about Cinco de Mayo. We care about 9
Cinco de Mayo, Dragon Ball.
Exactly. We care about 9 of May.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Day.
Ball Day, yeah.
No, because Goku Day.
Yeah,
Goku Day.
So we care about Dragon Ball Day, Goku's Day. When Akira Toriyama passed away, it was like it was almost a really important date.
Funeral state.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if Akira Toriyama knew that the huge impact he had on Latin America. But he does. Like what he used to. Sorry, he did.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dragon Ball for us is so important because when we were used to be out from school, the first thing they used to put on channel, it was Dragon Ball.
Yeah, in Italy it's the same. It was the same literally.
So every time. So it was Dragon Ball at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and then they put some episodes at night and then at the morning. So we used to have dinner and meals watching Dragon Ball with our family. And one of the best things that we didn't have censorship. The dubbing that we have, the actors, they are considered like the best on the media. So that day of the last episodes of Dragon Ball, it was like the World Cup. for us, you know?
Okay.
It was like watching like a real fight.
Yeah.
So a lot of squares, the main squares in the cities, they stream those
Yeah.
2 episodes.
Yeah, the latest 2 episodes
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball Super. I have oh my god. Oh,
Even with the
Amazing.
subtitles.
amazing.
We don't. Most of people don't speak English. We wouldn't. I think most people would never learn Japanese, and it's because we don't. Not that we don't want. It's just because it's what it is, right? But those days, those episodes, we were. The country was almost stopped. The Mexican government got in trouble because of that, because
yes,
because they posted illegally.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we almost lose Dragon Ball that day. Oh well, they fixed it. I don't know how they fixed it. Maybe with tequilas and tacos, with the
Japanese toy animation.
yeah, with toy animation. Yeah. So yeah, I remember that day. My cousin and I, my family, we were at my apartment and we were having, I remember it was ribs.
Okay, yeah.
And we were eating and having dinner. I used to have a girlfriend at that moment, and she was like, "Really? Are you going to pay more attention to that thing than me?" I was like, "Absolutely, yeah."
Legendary day.
Do you ever become Super Saiyan or something? Of course you don't. So yeah, and we were watching Dragon Ball, and it was especially even the strip clubs. They used to have offers to the people, and there are videos like they're watching on the big screens Dragon Ball, and the strippers are on the laps of the clients. But everyone was paying attention to Dragon Ball. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So absolutely, it's Dragon Ball is a national impact
Yeah.
treasure. Yeah, I don't know. I think even the voice of Goku, Masako Sawa,
Mhm.
I think she doesn't even know how hard her voice has an impact to our culture. And of course, the Spanish speakers do.
Yeah,
The Spanish speaker voices, they're like, wow. They consider
super, yeah.
exactly. And for us, it's very important, like having these translations all the time with especially Dragon Ball. About the other animes, we don't care,
Okay.
but Dragon Ball is what
It's
Oh
a
my
must.
God.
yeah, it's a must. It's when the last this Brālēni movie was released, all fans were so excited.
It was 2018 or 2019?
2019.
Yeah, because I remember the animations. Amazing. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it was before the COVID times.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because of the dubbing that was made and how the actors translate that emotion. So, because also, despite Dragon Ball is about that violence and everything, they also have this kind of friendship thing, you know?
Mm.
Amigo thing, yeah. And,
Amigo.
yeah, amigo.
Amigo.
So I don't know, maybe it's because of that.
Yeah.
Because they always do like this kind of they talk about friendship all the time. So I don't know if it's why that had this impact to us,
Yeah.
and we can feel related to them.
Mm,
And I can tell you, even more than Avengers, even more than Star Wars, even more than Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Dragon Ball is on top.
Okay.
I didn't know
Thank you.
about this. Yeah.
I can end this episode now, but we have to finish. No, I'm joking, because I have all my questions
Are answered.
Yeah, answered now. Okay, now Yoki, which questions?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, going sideways from anime.
Yes, because
Because we can stay for 6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
if we start.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Star Wars. Okay? Let's talk about Star Wars.
That's even more. Okay, maybe outside anime, what has living abroad taught about yourself? And living in Latvia, did you learn some new habits? And
Yeah, patience. I have learned patience here. Back in Mexico, we are not very patient. We always want to do everything fast.
Okay.
Right.
Because, I'm come from the capital, right? So the capital is a metropolis.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe like New York City, London.
How many people lives in?
We are legally.
Okay.
We are around 12 million people only in the city.
Wow.
In the city?
Only in the city, yeah. Yeah, only the city. So imagine that. We are always
It's
rushing.
more than my own region.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, my region is huge.
6 times more than Macedonia.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking about only the city.
Yeah.
The whole country, we are 120 million people.
That's
Well,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, so we are around like the third biggest population in the world, or fourth, I don't know. After China, India, and USA, I think. And we are the biggest city in the world as well. Yeah. Well, we are not the cities.
Yeah.
I am not. So we are always rushing, right?
Okay.
We're always from here to there to blah 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 blah. For us, going to work, it's a trip
Mhm.
because most of people do not live in the city.
Yeah.
They live abroad the city.
Yeah, in the countryside. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not
Yeah.
consider countryside.
Okay. Around the city.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
around. But there are people who live in the countryside, so they are around like 3 hours from the city, 2 hours from the city, and they need to come from there to the capital, to the center, every day. So most of the time they spend it on traffic, they spend it on jams, they spend it in cars. Fortunately, I was lucky, and I used to live like 10 minutes by car from my work.
Okay.
Luckily, my parents as well. We were lucky, so lucky. But most of people don't have that lucky and that luck, and they live 3 hours, 2 hours abroad.
That's crazy.
And so, well, one thing I have learned from here is patience. In Mexico, if you want something, even if it's at midnight, you can have it immediately. There's always someone that can give it to you. One of the things like living alone, and back in Mexico, I don't know if it's in Italy, but I think most of Latino countries, we always live with our parents until we get married. Even if it's after 30, 32, we live with our parents. And then it's normal. It's so weird to hear someone's living alone. Because even if they live alone, they always go to eat to their parents' house. For lunch, and they spend the whole night with them. And at the end, okay, I need to come back to my parents' house.
Yeah.
So, me as a single person, this for me it was how it's been a shock, personally, because I never lived without my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have learned patience. I have learned how to live alone, to do the laundry alone.
Yeah.
To do my dishes alone.
The hardest part.
The hardest part. How to communicate as well with people. I mean, I knew how to communicate with Hispanic culture, but now I have learned how to communicate with other cultures. Because the first time you go abroad, or at least me, I didn't know how to communicate with people.
No.
I knew how to do it in my country, but abroad I didn't. And now I realize that it's not the same. I can be one way with the people in Mexico or, well, Spain. But the different cultures completely different.
Right.
And also, another thing is like I have met more foreigners here than in Mexico. In Mexico, I only had like 3 friends from Venezuela, and that was it. I didn't have any other friends from another country. All my friends were from Mexico. Here I have met a lot of foreigners, not only knowing the Latin culture, also like knowing from another countries.
What aspect of the Mexican culture do you think the Latvia people can learn?
I think the joy.
Okay.
Like we are all the time. It's something I have heard from my friends, my Latvian friends, that we're always laughing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and And I didn't realize that. But yeah, we are always laughing, and we always make, even if we have the worst moments, we always want to make jokes about it. We want to have a good time. I don't know, because we have had a lot of tragedies in our history. We learn how to laugh on that,
Okay.
right?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking only about the pre-Hispanic culture and the conquest, and no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about through the years, like with the narco traffics, the narco, some earthquakes that we have a lot.
Yeah.
We have learned how to, come on, we have a, even Day of the Dead is to commemorate the dead, the people who have passed. It's also a way to mock on death,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
We always like to mock on, even in ourselves. Like, if we had the worst day, we're like, okay, whatever, at least I ate something,
Yeah.
right? Things like that. And yeah, because I didn't tell you, because the Day of the Dead, we make something that's called calaverita. It's like a poem to the dead,
Okay.
but
Oh.
in a funny way,
Okay.
like mocking on the dead.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
because we know we're going to die one day, right? But we want to mock. We
Okay.
mock
No.
on the dead.
It's not that you mean disrespect. It's just to make it a bit
That we are not
easier
afraid.
and funnier to like
Yeah.
enjoy time.
Yeah, that we're not afraid of that, and we want to enjoy the time that we have on Earth.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's how we make it. Like, so I think to your question, yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
enjoy this.
it's something that we can share, like, to be humoristic with everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I have a Latvian friend, like, she's super nice and everything, but I'm always laughing. She was like, why don't you take anything serious? I'm like, I'm taking seriously, but please, let's this is have
Enjoy.
fun. Yeah. I don't know if you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle.
Which one?
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some memes that they're in a golf car,
Okay.
and the golf car crashes into a swimming pool.
Mhm.
So we are almost like that. Like, even we crash and we're in the swimming pool and everything. Like, we are almost about to drown.
No.
We are like, whatever.
Whatever. Yes.
Laugh.
Yeah, we laugh and we try to keep calm. Sometimes it's hard to be calm, but yeah.
Yeah. But if you could give one advice to another Mexican person or multiple people who wants to visit or live in Latvia, what would you say?
Don't expect anything. I think so. Yeah, I have friends of mine, a couple actually, they're from Mexico, both of them, and they didn't have any expectation about Latvia. And when they crashed here, they came and now they're leaving. They told me, like, man, I would never go back to Mexico. I love here.
Right.
But they didn't have any expectation. And I think it's that for everything. It's not just for Latvia. I think it's like everything that you do in your life, you don't have to have expectations.
Yeah, because if you do and you don't meet them, you will feel disappointed.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Now, it passed on recording more than 1 hour and a half, but we have still 2 things to do.
Okay, cool.
Okay. The first one is the surprise that you don't know because there aren't episodes of our podcast already, but we have a quiz for every guest that is here. And we call it...
No picking.
Yeah, but don't figure it's something
No, it's...
incredible. We call it Who Wants to Be Latvian?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 5 questions.
Oh my God.
Don't be scared.
I don't like tests. Sorry.
I will start with the first. When was the last song and dance festival held in Latvia? A. 1873. B. 2023. C. 2013. D. 2003.
Oh my gosh.
It's the biggest music festival.
I think, sorry if I scratch. 2023, right? 2023.
Yes. Yes. We will say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go with the
It was
second.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe this one is easy as well. What colors are on the Latvian flag? A. Red and white. B. Blue and white. C. Green and yellow. Or D. Red, green, and white.
A.
Red and white, yes? Okay, that's correct. Yeah. This is easy.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
We're going
Now-
good.
I think that this one, you will know it for sure, I hope. What does the Latvian word prieka means in English?
Cheers.
Okay. It was like that.
He didn't want the option. Cheers.
He knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay. Maybe this one is a bit tricky, I would say.
Yeah, this one is.
But I think it's held, right? Literally means held. I think so. Right?
Prieka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to
Yeah,
melt, yeah.
yeah.
I think like held, literal meaning is Veselība.
Mm.
You know. Okay. How many letters are in the Latvian alphabet? A. 21. B. 33. C. 30. Or D. 26.
Oh. I think I go for 26.
It's incorrect.
30?
No.
33.
Oh, 33. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Okay.
I think it was 22 non like normal
Normal
Latin,
letters.
normal Latin alphabet, and the rest are like dismodified, like
Yeah. With the
Yeah.
accent.
the long, yeah.
Okay. This one, I think that it's easy for you.
Okay.
Okay. According to Google, this you started to laugh. Which superhero is the most famous in Latvia in the last 5 years? A. Superman. B. Batman. C. Iron Man. D. Spider-Man.
Okay, I think like Spider-Man is like a very well icon to the world, as well as Superman. Oh, okay. As we were talking about Spider-Man, I'm going for Spider-Man.
Correct.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, that was a lucky guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes. Okay. Seriously. Last question. Before we want to thank you for this amazing talking, because it's 1 hour and 40. I'm like, cry for me for the editing part.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Pray for him.
thank you, yes. Thank you, Raul, for this amazing talk with us.
Yeah.
And also we know like more about like the Messian culture.
Yeah,
You
a
explained
lot.
to us like a lot. We're like, okay.
Hopefully the viewers will do it as well.
Yeah. But also now,
Mhm.
the last question we want to ask you is, at the end of every episode, we ask to our guest to say one word in Latvian that the people has to write in the comments.
Okay. So I gotta say a word in Latin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 I will go for the common one. Prieka. I will go for that.
Okay.
And it's,
Okay.
yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
And one more thing that we didn't do
Okay.
is,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
can
the
you
other one.
teach us and the viewers a Mexican saying, a phrase, something meaningful, something funny that we should all learn or know?
Okay. Well, I will go for Amigo, right? No, okay, there's a meme.
Okay.
Actually, I think it was the first phrase I told someone. One of my friends, is no mames, Mary Jane.
No mames?
No mames, Mary Jane.
No
It's-
mames, Mary Jane.
Yeah. Okay.
It's about Spider-Man.
It's a meme about Spider-Man. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
no digas mamadas. No digas mamadas, Mary Jane.
No.
Digas mamadas.
No
No
digas.
digas mames.
No.
Literally means don't say
Okay.
but it is don't say Mary Jane. We make jokes about that on English because that's the literal translation. But it's like, don't screw it up, like,
Okay.
don't kidding.
Yeah.
But in a bad way, of course. So the thing is, like, there is a meme about this
Okay,
Spider-Man, the
perfect.
second movie of Spider-Man, when they're telling to each other's feelings. I don't know if you remember that they're out of the theater, and Peter is asking her, like, to go on a date, and Mary Jane is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to get married," and Peter Parker is like, he gets sad, right? But the meme is like, "Oh, don't say Mary Jane," right? So the biggest mamadas Mary Jane.
Okay.
So I think I will go for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, guys, comment, writing, Prieka. That's all.
And no biggast mamadas.
And
We should all know it.
Yeah.
And watch Spider-Man again so you remember more.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all. Thank you, Raul, for coming
Thank you
here.
so
Thank you
much.
for coming.
And see you on the next episode.
Ata.
Ata.
Adam.